The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama.
You're listening to Meridian's 3-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Debbie, and I promise you one day we're going to have a fancier opener.
Are we?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Oh, that's right. We're missing the opener.
Oh, we got it. It's just kind of plain.
Not fancy?
Yeah, it's just kind of like
I haven't even heard
the
it.
bargain bin.
Oh. Is that all I'm worth?
Well, that's all I could get together quick. We're going to get that straightened out eventually.
Oh. Scotty Ray, I have to say you officially gave me that cold.
Uh-oh. So it's my fault?
I'm telling you, yes, it's your fault. But I'm not going to say it's your fault other than the fact that I didn't have a cold. You had a really bad cold last week. Sunday, I just couldn't seem to. We had people in town all weekend, and when they left Sunday, they left before I changed out of pajamas, thank goodness. I stayed in bed all day Sunday. I mean, I felt awful, and now I've got this cough.
That little, yeah, that's the way it begins.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you nicely not to give it back to me. Because I didn't give it to you, you just keep it.
Nicely not to give it to me, but that didn't seem to work. But I was going to show you something that I got that I've been taking that seems to make me feel a little bit better. That Liquid IV. It's Liquid IV Wellness or something like that. I'll pull
Is that a new type cold medicine?
Liquid IV's been around for a while. It just helps you get your fluids in and everything. And this is amped up with a bunch of vitamin C and things like that. And I took some yesterday or last night. I don't know, about 5:30, just because I was dragging.
Gave you a little bit of oomph?
It gave me a little bit of oomph. But then I oomphed back down and went to bed. And
that has a tendency.
Yeah. So I just took some more. So I
want to bring this up. As usual, from time to time, Facebook has issues if you're watching us from your phones this morning, and they are not sending out notifications this week so far. So share the page if you can so others will know that we're back live. It's just one of those things that Facebook does. You can also follow us on YouTube. And a big thank you to everybody watching us from home on Fox 30. Maybe you're at work, wherever that case is you're watching us. Thank y'all. We appreciate it.
Good morning to everybody that's throwing a good morning up there. JT Rigdon, Dawn, and Chloe Noah Harlan. That's a long one.
Long name there. We got off lucky last night as we had no severe weather. It all stayed to the south of us. This morning we're watching as tornado warnings are being issued around Panama City, Florida, which is due south of Dothan, Alabama, just in that area over there, way to our east. So we're all in the clear. We're going to be breezy today as we're starting it out right now of about 50 right now. 48, 49, 50 is somewhere where we'll remain all day. But Gus, Debbie, it's not going to be a good hair day.
No, it wasn't. I told Scotty Ray when I left this morning, I said, I don't really see, because he said the wind's gusting out there. Is it bad? I said, I don't feel it. And when I walked in, my hair was all in my face. I said, yeah, I think the wind is kind of gusting a little bit. But I think that's what's going to keep the temperatures kind of miserable today.
I don't care where you are. Carry you a jacket because that wind cuts it, and especially if you've got to be outside for a long period of time. And we all know there's folks that have no choice, especially if you deliver products. Boy, that's brutal.
Yesterday was kind of tough. I thought it was going to be warm.
You got food, didn't you?
It kind of felt like it was getting a little warmer, and then all of a sudden it got cold again, and the wind was blowing. And, it was pretty cold. And it was a wet cold.
Yes.
That was the difference. Yeah.
Passed through Philadelphia yesterday afternoon. A big thank you to everybody. Philadelphia is just one of the nicest towns you will ever go to. Always greeted with such hospitality. Thank y'all. Appreciate that so much.
When we moved we're from Tennessee, Nashville, but we lived in Memphis before we moved here. And whenever we came through to come to Meridian, we came through. Is it Kosciuszko?
Yeah, Kosciuszko.
Yeah, we came down that way. Like we got off of
Said a little hello to
and
Oprah.
Came down and went through Philadelphia, and I just thought, oh, this is the cutest town.
It is.
It was right after a bad flood you guys had.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Sawashi was.
I remember those days.
That was my first sighting of Meridian.
Meridian underwater.
Like that week. And the Sawashi had...
That was before we got the rocks put on the banks.
There were like little trees and stuff like that, and there were diapers hanging in the trees.
Was that Jimmy Kemp days back when Jimmy was Mayor Meridian?
I didn't really pay attention to who was mayor back then.
Well, I mean,
Because I just moved here. I
you
moved
and him
here.
used to arm wrestle. I mean, I don't know what would have changed.
We used to arm wrestle, and guess who won?
Debbie.
Sure did. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Chet Parker. We did find out overnight last night that there was a earthquake in California. Now, who hasn't heard? I've heard this since I was a kid, that one day that California is going to just fall off. It hadn't happened yet, but boy,
No,
it
but
got
that's
shook.
where all the Titanic plates and everything, and the shelf and whatever out in the ocean, and then southeast of Los Angeles, it's a place called Salton Sea, and right in that area is where the San Andreas Fault starts, and it runs all the way up.
Look, I
through
feel
the San Andreas Mountains all the way up into I think around Berkeley.
Yeah.
Or something like that in San Francisco.
I feel educated since I watched The Rock do that film about that and fly around that helicopter.
Yeah. Have you ever been on that bridge that's in the movie?
Nope.
It's a beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I think it's called the Bixby.
The movie was pretty good. The wife who played the part in there was a little weak for the character. She just didn't quite have it. She was okay,
I
but
don't remember her.
she was, they could have got a little bit. They should have spent an extra $100 and got somebody else.
Excuse me for a second. Can you turn my mic off?
Uh-oh, Debbie's got a cough coming up. Bless her heart. We all know how that happens.
Excuse me.
It's just part of life. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We're glad to have you here. And let me bring this up. I don't think anything happened last night, but I do know that a lot of alarms went off, which tells me that there was people amongst us shaking doors, seeing if you might have left your business door open. Let's go ahead and go to the map here and pull this up. Highway 39. Oh, let's say that you're right in here, this area around Southern Pipe, in that little shopping center right in there. A lot of alarms went off in that area last night around Highway 39. So if you own a business, you might want to just check on things in there this morning, just to be on the safe
when
side.
you say, I guess they were rattling doors, making an alarm go off.
Yeah.
It called the police and
Things of that nature. Yeah. And if you occasionally, we all know an employee can leave a door open. Sometimes you can leave a window locked and other people like to open it for you.
Yeah.
Just check things in those areas. Sometimes police don't see everything.
Right.
It's
so
dark.
Is that all that went on last night? That's good.
It was a calm night overall.
Maybe because of the rain.
Usually weather keeps people in and they don't fight and do as many things as they could. Now, we did have an incident last night on Highway 45 south past the Evangel Temple. Somebody driving down the highway on the wrong side of the road going the wrong direction.
Drunk driver?
I don't know. Somebody sent me a text and said, hey, I called police and I saw someone going the wrong way. That's a horrible situation to where you never know what's right up around the next bend.
Yeah.
To my
Especially
knowledge.
down that. Are you talking about on 45?
Yeah, Highway 45.
That always kind of scares me anyway because it kind of moves lanes a little bit over that area.
Fortunately, to my knowledge, no one was hurt. But what a scary feeling that is.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen before, especially on 19. I've encountered that, seen it before, and everybody's trying to flag them down. And occasionally, it is just someone who got confused getting on the road.
Right.
And then again, there's people who have partaken too much.
Out,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people
have a
fall
medical.
asleep. Yeah, they have a medical issue or they fall asleep or whatever, and they're on the wrong side of the road. So.
But we'll give last night. Now, again, daylight's coming. We don't know everything. Sometimes we discover more after daylight comes than we really knew what happened. But to our knowledge, everything was about a B last night. We'll grade it A through F and give it a B last night.
I was noticing, just to go back on your earthquake thing, somebody that lived there, I noticed a comment said that it was gnarly last night.
Gnarly.
So I must have been close enough for him to really feel the effects of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, maybe there's a lot of you who have watched, and maybe somebody from California or somebody here that was visiting another state. Have you ever been anywhere where the earth moved? I've never felt it.
I was in Memphis when they had we were out at a park, and they had a little
What's it feel?
shake.
What does it feel like?
It was just a little shake, but it was tiny. But I know people close to us have felt it because we've had them over in Alabama.
Yeah, I guess we have.
Like just a few miles from us.
But I've never felt one.
But just light tremors, but I know we have, right?
The closest thing I've ever felt is them taking something down at the coal plant and go boom.
The reason I say that, because you know how people do mark safe from,
Yeah.
So people were saying, and I think I even used it, mark safe from this, because my family was calling me saying, did you feel that earthquake? Because it was all over the news. And I was like, No.
Donna White said she felt one in San Diego in 77. Sheila Lang says that she has felt aftershocks before, and it's kind of scary.
It would be very scary because you have no control over what's going on, and you don't really know what to do with that.
And we are not built for that in our area in the Deep South. Our buildings would collapse probably pretty quick.
I'm terrified of earthquakes, sinkholes,
and mad
tsunamis.
women.
And tsunamis.
Howard DuBose watching us this morning from Knoxville, Tennessee. We do appreciate that. We had several accidents last night. Let's go ahead and move in on this and show you where our first one that we want to tell you about was right after dark by the Coca-Cola plant. As we pull this up, Debbie, here, right there at that curve at that red light, as we take a look at this. Here's the scene. Let's blow this up a little bit. As you can tell, the fire trucks are sitting there, Meridian Fire Department, ambulance on scene, right there where you turn at 45 by Trustmark Bank, which used to be Randy Harrison's. Right across the street there.
Yeah.
Traffic was blocked for quite some time there
like
last
a bad
night.
accident area always, doesn't it?
It is.
That's just yeah. Hey, real quick, somebody said that they were in Portland, Oregon when Mount St. Helens went off.
Whoa.
And Katie and I got to drive past Mount St. Helens to go to Mount Rainier. And what a sight to see. Well, both of them are not earthquakes. What do you call them? Volcanoes. And but it's very intimidating because
at any time
they're active. They could do anything could happen, right?
Roy says he's felt tremors there in California.
There was somebody said there's a small fault line that runs along the Mississippi-Alabama state line.
Look at there.
There.
North Alabama joining us. I always think back whenever this is brought up, and y'all just have to forgive me. It's a song that pops in my head, but I always think of Keith Whitley. The first time I ever felt the earth move was in Miami.
Because of the wind.
It was, she touched his heart, and she made the world shake.
I do not know that song.
Miami.
No.
Oh, that was one of Keith Whitley's greatest songs that he ever done.
Was it? It was a greatest song, but was it a hit song?
Big hit. Miami.
It must have been through the 80s.
It was during the 80s.
Because I don't know any music from
that
the
was
late 80s. I know
probably
Barney and
probably the second hit that Keith Whitley ever had, and just a incredible song. We'll listen to it after the show.
Yeah.
Me and Debbie constantly, we had to listen to a little Elvis to get our day started this morning.
It's stuck in my head. I should have never watched that movie, and now it's stuck. Just like, it finally got Mickey Mouse Clubhouse out of my head. Because my little grandson Finn loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and now after watching Elvis, I walked in and I said, I've got a song in my head I can't get out. He said, which one? And it wasn't Trouble. Now you've got Trouble stuck in.
I love that song. If you're looking for
if
trouble.
I had a dream. Why can't dreams come true?
Scotty Ray and Debbie, good morning to you. Y'all put a smile on. A jacket might help the situation to keep that smile on. We'll be right back. If it is time for another car or truck for your family, see our friends at Interstate Auto. They're located on North Frontage Road in Meridian, just down from IHOP. They offer bank rate financing. All applications are accepted with over 14 years in business, and they offer you a fair price. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 until 2. Appointments available after hours as well. Remember, all roads lead to Interstate Auto, 802 North Frontage Road, Meridian, 601-483-6977.
Jackson Flowers has settled into their new location on Highway 19 North and is still offering the same great products and services you and your family have grown accustomed to over the past 60 years. Jackson Flowers is pleased to offer their after Christmas sale on many items found in their gift shop. Don't forget, they offer floral arrangements, live, along with all of their fashionable decor for your home or office. Visit Jackson Flowers, now located 2 miles north of Walmart on Highway 19 North. Jackson Flowers, for all occasions.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
I don't know if Cheryl has shook Ken Rainey and woke him up just yet, but I want to bring this up. Is I see all the comments of people talking about Keith Whitley and I'm no stranger to the rain. You know, one of the things of Ken Rainey was such a mainstay in the Meridian area when I was growing up, bringing country artists to town. If you'll remember, John Wesley Hardin's that sat near the stop sign in Marion. It was a honky-tonk. He brought Keith Whitley there when Keith Whitley was nobody. And I somewhere in a box, I've still got the ticket that Ken had up for that of Keith Whitley there at the tavern that night. And gosh, how times have gone by and the great artists that Ken helped bring to town. So,
and wasn't he married to
Lori Morgan?
Yeah. Lori Morgan. They were married when he died, right?
Yeah, she drove him to drinking.
Do you know that for a fact?
That's a pretty good guess.
Okay, hey, so somebody now they have
If I
says,
Can Dream.
Gee, thanks, Debbie. Now, If I Can Dream is stuck in my head. You can't get it out.
What was tell me the name of the song that Elvis did was I'm a Steamroller Baby.
I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm gonna roll all over you.
I was in Jackson, Mississippi one night about 5-6 years ago, and they had karaoke night. And it was this guy that dressed up in the Elvis outfit. He jumped out in the audience doing that, and he thought he had it going on.
I'm a steam. My favorite is when he does Fever. He gives me my fever. Captain Smith and Pocahontas.
You just can't beat it. We did have more accidents yesterday afternoon, and we'll go head out to Highway 19. Highway 19 and where North Hill Street meet right before Walmart. Let's show you the scene what went on there yesterday afternoon. Another nasty gram of an accident that happened yesterday. Here we go. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Several cars involved. Here's one. Ambulance, fire truck, all involved with the popo everywhere.
Anybody injured?
There was some injuries. I don't know how serious, but there was an injury involved with that as we take a closer look here at that.
It's just scary how 1 second you're just driving along doing your normal day.
Eating your honey bun, and next thing you know, it's all over your face.
Yeah. I hate that for them.
It is. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't think it was bad injuries, but it did upset somebody's afternoon, without a doubt there. Here's something that is totally upsetting, and I want to show this from the beginning. I post a lot about what our volunteer fire departments do in our neighborhood. They do their absolute best to jump with whatever they're doing in their normal lives, to jump out to go save your home. Sometimes by the time they get there, or it's already a huge fire when they get the call. And this was the case yesterday. And these folks are going to need some help. There's no other way to word this. This is in the 3300 block of Lakeview Lane. The volunteer fire department responded. Let me hit a button here and show this. This is aerial view of this fire. If y'all will notice right here, let's go take a look. This is flying over, and this is a mobile home that is fully engulfed by the time the fire department gets there.
Oh, it's gone, isn't it?
Yeah. They lost 100% of everything. And if you will watch, you'll be able to see the firemen on the ground here in just a moment as they zoom in just a little bit closer on this. What a shame. There's the fire truck parked here. And we certainly hate that.
And the risks they go through because they have to make sure there's nobody.
There's 2 firemen. Yeah, they're double checking the campers.
Yeah.
But this family lost everything that they had. So keep that family in mind.
Do they know the cause of the fire?
Not yet. It's just one of those things. And we always like to bring light to this so that the others can help. And that's what we do.
Hey, did you see is it in Jackson or in Pearl, Mississippi, where somebody no, it was in Jones County, where somebody donated without anybody knowing who it is, 25 of those vests,
bulletproof
that cost $650 each, so around $15,000.
Yeah,
anonymous, did not tell who they were. I thought that was a great thing.
It is. A big thank you to whoever that might be. That truly does save lives.
They said it was a game changer for them. Yeah.
And those things do get old after a period of time. They have to be replaced. And put yourself in that.
And it's just, I'm sure budgets don't let them buy everything they need to buy at
That's right.
Yeah.
There's only so much money.
You know
There's
where I'm going with that.
too much month left at the end of the money. Let's go down to where Debbie loves to go spend her weekends a lot of times, down at Clarko State Park. We had an accident in Clark County there yesterday afternoon. Did I show you this yet?
No.
We visit our friends at Clark County Hot Topics, and look at that truck up on the hill here. And total loss as two vehicles smash.
So that they just ran off the road.
Yeah, hit one another there, and off the road they went.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot worse. We're glad everybody's going to recover from that, but still dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Well, because you're picking up speed down through there, I guess. And then people are coming on those off roads. But what you got going here, Scotty Ray? Where in the world is this?
As we talk about the potential, and every time I talk about weather, it's always a chance that we could get something. Fortunately, as we watched the weather, it backed off. The worst of the weather was south of Meridian, what was going to come through last night. And we didn't have any warnings, even though that happened. It waited till it got into Alabama and then into Georgia before tornado warnings were fired off. We had some to our west. We were fortunate. But as this storm approached yesterday, Reed Timmer, who is a meteorologist who chases these storms, this is what happened with this approaching storm yesterday. And this is how blessed we are here in the state of Mississippi. Let's pull this up. This is Houston, Texas. This is Deer Park is where this is. And you want to talk about a blessing. Y'all look at this footage of what happened there. Tornadoes ripped through Houston, Texas.
Excuse me.
That we're fortunate that more didn't happen here.
Oh, that's bad.
If you look right there, look at the entire second story. The roof is gone right there.
And this is outside of Houston?
Yeah, Deer Park is where this is.
I did see video yesterday of downtown Houston. Had some high rises that had stuff blowing off of them. Nothing to this extent. I mean, that's
18-wheelers all along I-10, all along there through Texas, flipped over. Karina says she follows Reed. He's good at what he does.
Who, Reed?
Yes.
Remember when he came to Meridian, we had him on radio, didn't we?
I believe we did years ago.
He had just started out, though, but he was coming through, and I think we did have him on radio. I went and found him. That's what it was. I knew it.
Yeah.
I can't even remember how that happened, but I went and found him, and I asked him if he would come in the next morning, and he did.
He's got a doctorate degree and all that. That guy's got it going on.
Yeah.
I feel for his family. They rarely see him, though. He's like
got his dog
on the road.
I don't know if he's married. Is he married?
I don't know. I've seen pictures with people, but I just don't know who they are.
And he gets a lot of those cars donated. And
yeah, the Dominator.
The Dominator, yeah.
Scotty Ray, there may be a change coming, y'all. There could be a race coming in the state of Mississippi. Y'all hold on. He's back. He bothers a lot of Democrats from time to time, even the liberals. He gets under their skin. We're talking Chris McDaniel is saying, I've got an announcement that I'm going to make.
I hate those announcements of announcements.
Right. This is considered to be.
So this is just he's going to announce that
he's going to announce.
I'm going to announce. Okay.
But rumor is Chris McDaniel is going to announce that he's going to run for lieutenant governor and challenge Hoseman for lieutenant governor.
Wow.
A lot of people like Chris McDaniel. He's a straight shooter.
Yeah.
We still hadn't. Well, wait a minute. Let me back up on that. As I say that, we also learn that a doctor has signed up to run against one-term Tate.
Is that the doctor that was through the whole?
John Witcher is his name. Now, I don't know enough about this guy. Maybe everybody else does, but he's a Republican, and he's going to challenge one-term Tate.
Doctor against vaccine mandate runs for governor.
Yeah, so y'all let us know. I really know nothing about the
I have to really
gentleman.
study up on them to know.
Yeah.
Who to vote for, what to do, what they stand for.
And all the talk, and it's everywhere across the state to where Democrats are saying, hey, we have our first real chance of taking over the governor's mansion in quite some years because somebody's weak. Babyface Tate.
Do you think he's got a baby? Do they call him babyface?
I do. He's Babyface Tate. I mean, does that look like somebody you'd be scared of in a stare down? No. This doesn't have any real oomph about him.
Is a governor supposed to have?
I think so. You're supposed to have that John Wayne look of mess with me, I'll get you. But Babyface Tate just stands there and you go, oh, he's not telling the truth again. Just You know, that's how
These are all Scotty Ray's thoughts and opinions. I don't know. I have to be honest. I don't know enough about him.
I just know that he lied to me once. And if you lie to me once, you might lie to me
lied to you
again.
a million times.
Oh, did you?
No.
Anyway, that's our thoughts on that. But it is going to be some challengings in these. You got till February 1st if you think you can take on Tate and win the governorship. You got 1 week roughly left to sign up for that. And with any county office, February 1st is it. We got Donna Jill standing by. She's ready with some ink pen and a camera to get you in there and off to the running.
Somebody said that Dr. John Wicker is a fine Christian man.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a hard choice between the doctor and Tate.
Ann says that she feels that Tate has done a good job.
Okay.
And I'm sure that there are others that feel that way.
I'm just going to have to look into it.
Rick says, they both need to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He just tell it how it is. And
everybody needs to go.
And that's the great thing about voting is what you feel and your friends, go cast that vote. It does matter. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens with it.
Somebody says Chris McDaniel is their person.
Is their choice there. We'll see there. It's time to grab our pennies and I'll go to the counter and buy another ticket because we're up to how much?
$526 million on the Powerball.
Whoa,
so Scotty Ray and I do a pool. If it gets over a certain amount, like we're too snotty to have $300 million
right.
or $400 million.
It's got to be
But
big
once
money.
it goes over $500 million, we're like, oh, okay.
Go spend our $3.
Yeah, because what would we do with $300 million? I mean, we'd blow that in a day.
Oh, yeah. It just wouldn't be enough.
So after $500 million, he buys a ticket, I buy a ticket. And we screenshot the tickets because we don't trust each other at all.
True, no.
And I am in some other little pools with other people. So I always make sure I'm on the up
Put
and
the
up.
stink eye on you.
Yeah. So I want to make sure if I win, it might not be your pool.
But good luck to everybody if you're pulling for that. Maybe you'll be a big winner. Somebody has to win.
Yeah. I mean, I spend very little money, $3 every blue moon.
How many years did it take to study? Because people used to load up and drive to the Louisiana line to buy tickets and then come back, do like an office pool and go down and buy it. And everybody had the big dreams of.
Do you remember the time that you...
What'd I do?
Scotty Ray.
There ain't no telling.
We were all at the beach on we won some kind of thing at the radio station. We all had gone to the beach. And there was so we bought lottery tickets, stopped on the way back and bought lottery tickets.
Okay.
You don't remember this?
Not so far.
You weren't even with me, but you knew that I'd stopped because I wanted to go to this specific gas station because I always heard, you always got to be out somewhere weird. It can't be just a normal gas station.
Not Debbie.
The story's always, they stopped at some country gas. Anyway, so I got a ticket. We were on the air. This was a long time ago. And we always had prep with, it was on paper.
Oops.
So Scotty Ray would do the prep in the morning and it was all sheets of paper. And this story had massive lottery winner and it named the gas station. And I'm like reading this on the air thinking, oh my gosh, that's where I bought my lottery ticket. It was a fake story.
And this was the days before.
Do you not remember?
I do now.
Okay.
It was the days before internet.
Yeah, you had to copy.
It was the
you
AP.
spent a lot of time.
I had to go to the copier and cut and tape and put it in.
Yeah, you did. Somebody did actually win, but it wasn't where you put on
right.
there. And I was like, the person hadn't come forward yet. So I'm thinking, it's me. I'm about to blow this hot dog stand.
Kelso asked, would there be a Scotty Ray report if I won? Absolutely. I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
We just have a lot cooler equipment, nicer chairs.
Yeah. Wouldn't be as tired.
A city employee in Columbus, Mississippi has been arrested. It's happened all over the state of Mississippi before, but what were they doing, Debbie? They borrowed the city gas card, went and gassed up their own vehicle. They're in the jailhouse now singing a Jimmy Rogers song.
Not a good idea.
It was not.
Never pays.
Bad. Everybody knows their name now in town.
Yeah.
Looking bad. We'll be right back. More coming up with Scotty Ray and Debbie. We'll tell you about a little bit of things that happened on this date in history. Y'all be right back. We'll be here.
Spring is right around the corner, and Wilson Salt, Highway 19 North, invites you by to get your equipment ready. For the do-it-yourselfer, they have all the filters and oil you'll need. Does your X-Mark need a tune-up or maybe a new set of blades? Let the professionals sharpen your steel chainsaw or replace the plug. And they can get your still weed eater running like tip-top for the spring. Whatever your need is, Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power will have you ready for spring. 71 Highway 19 North, 601-693-4100. Join Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesales every Tuesday night for a live auction, and you can bid from the comfort of your own home. Each week, Mike has a whole selection of auction items. Maybe you're a business that needs a liquidation sale. Or maybe you're in charge of an estate and don't know what to do with all you got. Talk to Mike Rice Auctions about an estate sale. Let Mike turn these items into cash for you. Your next deal is waiting for you at Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesale this Tuesday night, live on Facebook at 6:30.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Debbie. It is Wednesday morning hump day for most of us as we begin another.
Already? It's Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
I told you, Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday.
It's a rotating thing.
It goes so fast.
Y'all drive careful. The streets are still wet in the community as we get going today. Some showers still to the south. Nothing heavy, though, but our streets are extremely wet. School buses are out. Make sure you watch out for those youngins while you're out.
Yeah, there's actually some puddling on the street. So there was some heavy. Seems like the closer I got to your house, the heavier or the deeper the water was on the streets.
Yeah,
so. And I live south of town, so I thought we were getting it more than you guys did, but
didn't work out.
That's not true.
Let's see.
There's a lot of water everywhere, so be careful.
There is those roads at Cup, especially Chandler Road. If you've ever been on that right off Highway 19, it'll take it away from you there. Let's see here.
What you got going over there, Scotty Ray? You have
I had somebody ask me, and I'm not aware of this. If something happened last night on Highway 16,
I saw
a possible
somebody.
wreck.
Well, no, I think they said. I did see earlier in the comments that there was a wreck somewhere that we didn't report, but it went away so fast I couldn't.
I was trying to think. Anyway, that was a question about Highway 16.
Yeah, it was on down from that.
So I hadn't. If you know something about it, pass that along, and I'll check with the Highway Patrol today to see if we can find out a little bit of something about that.
Yeah.
Hadn't got anything on that. All right, let's turn and go back in time and see what happened on today. I called this guy, and am I wrong? He was known as Old Blue Eyes. Am I missing?
I wish I could tell you that. I think maybe he did a movie, Old Blue Eyes. I don't know.
But Paul Newman just had that charisma about him. Cool Hand Luke, when he walked in, he was like the super cool dude of the movies.
He was married to Joanne Woodward.
They were married.
They had a long marriage, which was not typical for Hollywood. And I still buy his dressing to this day because I think most of it, maybe 100% of the profit goes to
his dressing,
a charity.
Like,
yeah, he has all kinds of salads, and they're
really
good. I've been buying them. Whenever Paul Newman came out with the olive oil dressing, I've been buying it ever since then, and it's got to be 20 or 30 years.
Wow, didn't know that.
He has a whole section. All kinds of stuff, and all of his money, 100% goes to some charity, and I'm not sure what the charity is.
Oh, I didn't know there was anything past ranch dressing. I thought that was it.
Oh, I know you know. I know you think that. Well, he probably has ranch dressing. I don't know. He has a lot of the olive oil. Oh, he has spaghetti sauce too. I've had that.
Let's turn back to pages. I was 11 years old. It was a Friday night. This was 1979. I was glued to the couch. I had to see what happened, and I will never forget that scene when they passed the barn and this orange thing goes in the air, and I go, that is way cool. And as we all became fans of the Dukes of Hazzard, it premiered tonight, and the General Lee would forever and Daisy Dukes be burned in our head.
I know. I love that show. I love the show. And remember when we gave away the General Lee?
I do.
Funny, the guy and his wife that came to visit us from Texas, Greg, he talked about, because when we had that General Lee redone, We let him and Mike take it out.
Yeah.
And he said, I can just remember driving that thing around and everybody. And he pulled up to one of his, he's a pilot, and pulled up to one of his pilot friends, and they all jumped in and just reliving their youth. And the girl that won, it was $10,000 of the General Lee, and she took the $10,000, right?
And then the car went to a museum in Indiana, is where it was last seen.
Hope he didn't fall in that sinkhole.
I think so.
Where all the Corvettes fell.
But what a car, what a movie. And the TV show always had a good moral to the show. It was something good that the Dukes did to help somebody.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it. It was kind of an Andy Griffith theme of the way they worked out.
You know what that show did for you.
Taught me about Daisy Dukes.
Right.
Every time she'd been over in the bar, I was
I know. And then, what's her name? Jessica Simpson came out and did the
something
movie.
Bounced up underneath my undercarriage.
Yeah.
Not that I've seen that scene or anything a couple times.
Scotty Ray, somebody said that you don't buy groceries. That's why you don't know anything about Paul Newman and his massive selection of groceries at the store. But I have to vouch for Scotty Ray. He does buy groceries.
It's sometimes tough.
Yeah, I have to. He buys groceries for his mama.
Yeah, I'll get Mom something, and I don't know anything about it. I try.
It's like she eats the same thing.
Bless her heart. Eddie Van Halen. I was not a rock and roll. Did you call this rock and roll? Is that what that was?
Oh.
Eddie Van Halen, as we look at this today, was born on this date back in 1955, and he would pass away 3 years ago.
Do you know who he was married to?
Valerie Bertinelli. Mm-hmm. And I only remember that from one day.
Do you know what their son's name was?
Absolutely not.
Wolfgang. Am I right?
Bless their hearts. Why would you name your kid that?
Their son, Wolfgang. I think I might be.
That's like when your mama don't like you. Wolfgang.
I mean, they were celebrities. They all had weird
I guess so. This old girl, now, I have to give her credit. She is funny. There's a lot of scandals that came out of her TV show there at the end. But so be it. She was born on this date. Ellen DeGeneres has a birthday today also.
I hate to say this, but do you know that I was on the Ellen DeGeneres show?
How did you end up on the Ellen DeGeneres show?
During COVID, and every year, the reason I have so many weird things that I can talk, because I make adventures. I like try to find weird, like go to David Letterman show or whatever. I try to really dive into things like that. Well, so my daughter, Katie, for my birthday about 2 years ago, when it was a virtual audience.
Oh, well, you couldn't actually go.
You couldn't be on it, but you were on it live on video, and they had the people in the audience on video. I was one of the people. And I won. I got a big box from her. It's like at the end of the show, she gives away stuff.
Yeah.
And I got a great big box, and it was her. She gave away something kind of like a happy box or something like that.
So did they have
it was huge.
Did they have a cardboard cutout of you in the audience, or what did they do to you?
They just had the chairs, and then they have your picture.
Oh, okay. In the audience.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like your picture is on the chair. And yeah, it was intense too. Because then you would have to clap and do all that stuff on cue.
I'm fixing to mess up your day and put another song in your head. The number one song today, 1961, and y'all be ready because you'll be humming it the rest of the day. Elvis Presley had the number one song today with Are You Lonesome Tonight?
Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry?
We drifted apart.
We drifted.
Elvis.
Are your memories?
She's up into this moment there.
Look
Little
at his
Elvis
yellow
there.
sweater.
Oh, Elvis had it going on there.
Look at him. Whoa, Elvis.
The man, the one and only there.
It amazes me to watch. Those women just would lose it.
They would. All he had to do was, they just wanted to touch him.
Or just shake his leg, or just do his lip up like that, or even when he went, choo-choo,
They would faint.
Women would faint. Don't you wish you had that power?
There was rumor of a young lady, and I won't call her name because she's not here to defend herself, in Scuba, Mississippi, that years ago burned herself. You know how the footlights used to be around the stage trying to reach Elvis? She got burned.
Really?
Trying to get to him. I ain't telling her name, bless her heart. I think she's passed on, but that was the rumor always. She got burned.
I believe it. I think if I were, especially in the 50s and 60s when he was so... Now, I did see his limo go by one time when he was going to Murfreesboro, but we all lined up to see it.
Oh, who wouldn't?
But you couldn't see him or anything like that. It was just his limo, but it was still super exciting, But could you imagine being front and center? And Elvis and his leg, and... I mean...
He was the
They
man.
would have to just literally push the women off.
They would. 1970, I remember this from an 8-track that somebody played, and it was, well, it's not really my kind of thing, but I know so many of you did love it, so we'll bring it up anyway. Bridge Over Troubled Water was released today by Simon and Garfunkel.
Best song. Best song.
Oh, boy.
Don't you love that song?
Not really. It's not
It's
one
the
of
most
my...
beautiful song ever.
Like a
Bridge over troubled water.
I mean, I'd rather have Conway, I'd Love to Lay You Down.
Oh, I
It was a
mean, I'm
little
not
bit better
saying
than
that
me,
you don't
but-
love Conway more. I'm just saying that's a good song. And somebody said that Wolfgang is a very common. I feel like it just hung by my shirt. Is a very common name in Netherlands.
Oh, okay. 1989, this would be the first time because things were changing. We started seeing it. AT&T, for the very first time, reported what? A loss. Oop, 103 years it took that long to lose some money. And then cell phones come out from everywhere. 1998, there was a statement made today, and he goes, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Anybody believe him?
Define sexual relation.
Correct.
That was it.
That was his statement today.
Yeah.
And he said that from the Oval Office there, just in case anybody wanted to know what was said. And that's a look back of what went on today in the history there, in case you wanted a little
And
reminder.
it really didn't matter. Like, Hillary covered it up so well.
She had a team.
She had a team, and she was a politically minded. She knew she wanted. She knew she was going to be president. Wanted to be president one day.
She did.
So she
Had to
fixed
cover it
that
up.
Yeah, she fixed it.
Wally Starn says, I have some of Elvis's last autographs locked away in a safe.
Where's that safe?
Debbie wants a picture.
Send it to me.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Scotty Ray and Debbie, good morning, everyone. We'll be right back.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. One of the reasons I'm running is I absolutely love this community and care about our people. I have the experience and leadership skills necessary to provide a professional service to every resident. I have a record of serving this community since I was 15 years old. It's time for fresh ideas under a new generation of leadership. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid political by friends of Chris Bullock.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Godwin Cleaning Services, they do a lot, Debbie, and that is cleaning up places. Like if you've been down equipment and past the H.C. Watkins, it's clean now. They do that. They do a lot at Mississippi State as well. They do a lot of residential. Your home, you've probably seen them in your neighborhood somewhere, taking care of brick, or maybe it was some rock on a house that they were cleaning, getting it cleared up, or even the vinyl siding. They take care of all of that. The latest equipment. They can fly up with a drone in a hard-to-reach place. They can do your roofs, your tin, your shingle, all of that stuff. Simple. Sometimes it's just a matter of a couple hours of getting it to looking right again. They can set you up on a timely thing to where they come back every couple of months. Maybe it's twice a year that you need them. Set it up. They'll handle it from there and take care of it from then on. Window cleaning and a whole lot more, from back steps like that to anything. See them. They'll clean it for you. Godwin Cleaning Services, 601-253-8262 is the number, and they'll have it all speak and span in no time at all.
It always looks so much better.
It does.
It feels so much better when your house is clean. I have to say good morning to my beautiful cousin.
What's she doing?
Sandra. Sandra's mom and my mom are sisters.
Oh, okay.
They've since passed away, but we all grew up together. She was a little bit... I always remember Sandra and her sisters. They were just so gorgeous. And they were a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
Which probably we're the same age now, but back then it seemed like they were so much older.
But now you
Because you know
call it-
when you're like teenager, like 10 and 13, a massive difference.
Right.
But I always thought they were just so gorgeous, still are. And somebody said that they dressed as Monica Mary. She dressed as Monica Lewinsky for Halloween that year that it all came out.
Whoops.
I can't even imagine what that costume looked like.
Sandra says that was kind of the downfall of where the White House started sinking, and I have to kind of agree with you on that. It kind of lost its oomph because we didn't know about the JFK stuff at that point.
I mean, I did. How come you did? You
And
didn't know about Marilyn Monroe and
you
JFK.
did, but it was very secret, and it was not in the mainstream media like everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, they did try to cover it up. They tried, really.
They did, yeah, because we had those 3 TV stations. That's all.
And if Papa Bear said don't report it, they didn't report it. We're investigating, and this is sad, Ole Miss on the campus there. Someone was visiting Ole Miss, and a crash happened, and they were killed. Police are investigating the incident there at Ole Miss. Names have not been released, and they pass along condolences to all those involved.
So they were hit
by a car.
While walking.
Apparently, yeah. We hate to see something like that. A Vicksburg woman, oh boy. Our friends over at Dark Horse Press has released her picture. She got mad at somebody, I guess. I don't know what the reason was, but this young lady they're looking for in Vicksburg, if you happen to be passing by and you look out the window and you see her, let me pull this picture up here.
Kind of run.
Yeah, she shot into a vehicle.
I want to know why her glasses aren't crooked. She just got arrested for murder or shooting, and mine stay crooked.
Well, actually, they're still looking for her.
Oh, where'd they get that picture?
Off her driver's license.
Oh. One day I'll have to pull out my
But she just decided to shoot up in a car. They're looking for her if you're over in Vicksburg today.
I think we need to do a driver's license comparison one day. Because I hit that age where you keep getting to renew it without getting the picture. And now I'm being questioned on my picture.
How long can you keep a picture?
Like, you don't look anything like that anymore, lady. Get rid of that picture.
Do you remember this situation that happened? And it's very odd. Never react. If something is happening in your neighborhood, call the police. Brookhaven, Mississippi. It was a guy that was delivering packages for FedEx. He was in a unmarked van that his had broke down. FedEx rented him one. He was delivering packages, and this family decided that, well, he looked suspicious, and they commenced to chase at him. They shot at him. It didn't hit him, but it did hit the van. They've been arrested for attempted murder. This has been ongoing for about a year now.
Wow.
And now he is suing the police department because they didn't protect him. $5 million.
Yeah, because, I don't know if they're still doing it, but when around Christmas especially, they could drive up in anything.
Yeah.
They were driving up in U-Hauls.
They could have blocked it. They could have just taken a picture of the tag. They could have done a lot of things, but they shot at that. That's like the ultimate take it to the next level thing. And they had no proof that he had really done anything wrong. They will probably get some time out of this. Because that was attempted murder, no matter how you slice it. It ain't looking good for them. Let's see here. State of Mississippi, this is kind of like a Yellowstone thing as we go to parts of Mississippi. As we go to George County and Greene County, horses have been shot. They're investigating this to find out what went on.
So they don't know how many of the horses?
3 horses so far. Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
Minding their own business, eating grass?
Scotty Ray and I, we talked about this before. I don't know what happened as we got older, but like watching animal videos or any kind of, it just...
It tugs at your heart.
That's why I have so many cats at my house.
The cat lady.
I'm the cat lady. Like, I can't help but rescue and do not, because I'm at my limit. But, nobody else drop a cat off. I don't know what happens to me that just hearing of any type of animal cruelty, which I guess I've always been like that, but now it just breaks my heart to hear of anything like that.
Breaking news. Blind Brown Road in Lauderdale County. We don't know the why, the who, what's, and why, but there's somebody walking down the road with a baseball bat.
It's not the same girl that had the machete the other day.
It's not the machete girl, but it's the old girl there, and she's got a ball bat. So maybe, Ward, if you're in the neighborhood, you could just kind of have a talk with her while she's out at 7 o'clock for a walk with a baseball bat.
Can I say this real quick? Talking about weird stories. Did you see the story where the husband and wife, it was in another state, maybe Wisconsin or something like that. Husband and wife stop at a gas station. Husband goes in, the wife's in the back seat asleep. They're traveling. some truck driver gets in the car, takes off with their car. She's in the back seat.
Yeah.
She's calling 911. They have the actual 911 that you can play and hear. And the guy is on meth and thinks that he has people. So you can hear her say, "Nobody's following us. Why do you think people are following us?" And he says, "It's your husband following us." She said, "It's my car." But she wasn't laughing because it was scary.
Oh, imagine
so the
that.
police had to do a guided, it's some kind of maneuver they have where they take him into a guardrail. So there's less impact. And that's how they stopped him and got him out. And she was okay.
Lock your doors, folks.
Yeah, if you leave somebody in a car, a spouse,
Yes.
unless you just want to get rid of them, want them to disappear, lock those doors.
Lock the door. Coming up, we're going to tell you what Snoop Dogg's connection to Mississippi. And I don't think his cooking partner was with him. We'll tell you about that next with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Snowden & Company is there for you. What do? Well, they sell houses, and they're really good at it. If you've got a house for sale or maybe you're looking for one, talk to them first, find out why so many people in the area use them. All the way from Jackson. They'll be there till 5 o'clock this afternoon. They're opening up at 9 this morning. They'll take care of you, as we said, from Lauderdale County, Kemper, Clark, all these areas here, over to Jackson. Forest, Flowood, any area that you might need, they can get you a house. Tell them what size, how many bedrooms, they'll do that for you. Maybe you need to downsize. Maybe you got more kids coming than you know what to do with. Twins, triplets, they'll get you another house. See Amanda, she'll walk you to it. Here's one in West Lauderdale. Visit them online at snowdenrealestate.com. You can look at all the houses and pick the one you want to go see. 453-3937. Here's Amanda. She'll tell you more about it when you call, or any of her friendly staff there. All of them will help you in any way they can. Right there in Poplar Springs at 601-453-3937 is the number to call, and they will help you out there.
Scotty Ray.
What?
What is the name of the show? Somebody said, I remember the days where I used to watch Animals in Omaha, where the old man used to sit in the vehicle and go pit.
My only guess is Mutual of Omaha, and that's an insurance company.
It is. What was the name? I remember the show, something Omaha. If anybody knows what the name of that show, was it Mutual of Omaha?
Maybe so. Jeremiah Johnson thinks so too.
And that's not just an insurance company.
Maybe it was.
Is it an insurance company?
It was, but I think it was at Wild Kingdom. Maybe.
Oh, maybe it was sponsored by Mutual of Omaha.
It was sponsored.
Wild Kingdom, sponsored by Mutual
It could be.
of Omaha. That's it.
I brought up Snoop Dogg just a moment ago. Now, as we all know, cruising the coast is big, and Martha wasn't hanging out with him that day, but apparently somebody knew Snoop Dogg and said, "Hey, check this out." And Snoop Dogg goes, "Oh, kind of like that." He buys a car from cruising on the coast, and he says, "If the ride is more fly, then you must buy." Snoop Dogg buys a car from Cruising the Coast. Isn't that neat as all get out?
And look, can you show what it looks like now?
Yeah, let's see.
Look.
This is Magnolia Live is where this comes from, the report from this, and that's the car.
Look at
it's
that.
It's a Buick Skylark.
And a fun fact, I owned a Buick Skylark, but it wasn't
Buick Skylarks.
I paid like $500 for it when I think I was 16 when I got it, and but it was green, like a horrendous green. But I loved that car because it was kind of sporty for that.
Oh, it was.
Mine was a 67
They are
or
a
68.
hidden gem right now. If you know what that car would be worth?
But did I know that?
No.
Back then, I paid like $500 for it when the engine blew up. I don't even know where it went after that. It went to some graveyard. Maybe that's the car.
Could be.
No, mine wasn't convertible, but he could have made that convertible. No, that's a 70.
Mary says she liked her some Snoop Dogg.
I love Snoop Dogg. I went to see him in concert.
He was funny. And what was the movie with the remake of Starsky and Hutch? Huggy Bear?
Oh, that's right. He was.
He was hilarious in that.
Look, he's good, and his shows are good. But I'm going to tell you something. We went to see him in a small venue in Jackson, and I can't... Hallamals or something like that. Do you remember that place?
I've heard of it.
It was a very small venue. You better be careful when you go in there, because when you might go in there and you might not drink or anything, but
rough joint.
No, it's not a rough joint. Joint might have something to do with.
Oh, the smell. That old.
He comes on stage that way.
Oh, I got you.
So
didn't realize all of that.
Prepare yourself for that.
I've said this many times. They made a big deal out of Trump with the documents. And I think every president there's ever been has probably walked home with some form of document that ended up being, top secret. And they even go back now and say Jimmy Carter had some. We found them with Biden. I think they've made a bigger... I think it's just a thing that happens. You don't mean to walk away with it, but it ends up being. But they even trace this back to Jimmy Carter at this point.
Wow.
So I think there's been a bigger deal made out of a document than there should have been raiding somebody's house when everybody has done it.
Well, didn't it start from them raiding Trump?
Yeah.
And they did a full-on raid.
Yeah, and everybody
else. So then,
else...
I guess, payback, and now they're all going, okay, we give.
Yeah.
Really, it's kind of common.
But truly, I think that is a common thing. You have a piece of paper, you're president, you read it, you walk home with it, and you throw it on the counter, and you don't think nothing about it. Or you put it in a box. It could happen to anybody
you
there.
Think that was what happened in the Nixon?
Maybe not. They did sort of had to break in to get that. Whoops. Again, we're coming to the close of the show this morning as it has flown by.
It really
we want to say thank y'all for dropping by.
Can I say this real quick?
Sure.
The older man was Marlon Perkins. He was a director of the St. Louis Zoo.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
From from Wild Kingdom. I just wanted to say that.
All righty. Okay. Thank y'all. We'll be back in the morning beginning at 8 a.m. It all happens with y'all. Thank y'all so much for being a part of our show. We'll see you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: